Bentar. Oke. Tuhan loh. Tik mana sih? Nah. Cash. Ada drama. Nah. Garden drama. Drama di garden.
Holmes, for heaven's sake,
Satu misteri 30
whatever's
menit
going
ya.
on?
Banyak
Oh,
banget.
hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes,
Banyak
where have
serangan.
all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you.
Melihara sarang
I'm
lebah
in
dalam
rather
gua.
a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment, a theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so
Siap-siap minum
transparent?
susu.
Let us go.
Let's go. Harus kemana kita? Langsung ke garden. Tanpa harus ada embel-embel apaan lagi. Langsung menuju Asus. Ini terakhir. Kemarin yang kata kita kapitulok tidak jelas itu nyasar lama. Sekarang kasus baru. Garden. Kemarin yang ini nih, yang garpu. Kapan kelar ya ini? Nggak nyampe perjalanannya. Nah, bentar. Okay.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Kasus baru.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. and without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Dr.
We are
Watson.
investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
Kasusnya
I am
apa?
delighted to meet you. What can you tell us
Pencurian madu.
about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
That's right. Kayak nama di Tower of God.
Here it is.
Kan kacamata
This is the
zaman
place where
dulu
the stolen
begitu.
plants were exhibited.
Thank you.
Bulat langsung ke
Is there
ini.
something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were
Calling
valuable and
Albert.
rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The 2 of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh my God.
Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
Oh, masuk absen.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here,
Oh,
near the
bapaknya
door to the
mati.
colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack, just like that, so suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Kok nggak understand? Oke, wait. Sebentar. Oke. Kita harus cek.
Do not touch.
I touch.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Ntar. Nah, ini yang benar. Balon. Balonnya cuma ada 3. Itu satu lagi, jadi 6. Oke. Balonku ada 6.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Warnanya cuma 2. Oh, ada 3 deh malah. Warnanya ada 3. Ini
These trees, with their roots in water, must have...
Ah, yes, the bayou.
Oh.
I remember our visit in the case of the Awakened.
Oh, jejak.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Oh, ada pindahin berarti ini.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Coba. Tidak bisa. Bunga, tumbuhan, pot. Tidak ada mencurigakan. Oh, scratch mark. Footprint.
The traces are thinner in some places.
Ditarik.
These boot marks are fresh.
Sepatu
It
boot.
appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Kayak orangnya nyasar di sini. Udah ada pintu hancur.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Berarti ya dihancurin ini. Didobrak.
The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection room.
Yes.
The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to
Habis itu langsung
inspect the
diganti.
Colonial Collection room.
Oh, ini pot yang rusak.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Oh, ada lagi tuh.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
Wah, banyak banget.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Oh. Banyak banget barang bukti yang bisa dilihat.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A
Kaca,
fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a
Rata.
statue or sculpture.
marble.
Part of this greenhouse was
Ubin
empty
ternyata.
and thoroughly clean.
Ternyata ubin. Dalam sini udah semua belum? Mungkin di sini bisa dicek. Oh, ini dia.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Bunga bangkai. Dari Singapura nih. Di foto kayak foto kenal lagi.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Oh, ada yang jatuh ke sini berarti.
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Oh, orangnya jatuh tuh. Kejedot. Oh, ini perkaranya ya. Salah. Urutannya nggak gitu. Urutannya dia datang dari sini, nyenggol ini, terus jatuh palanya. Tapi bagaimana dengan deterjen yang dari sini? Dia pusing. Dobrak, pusing, keracunan, pingsan, kepanasan.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing
Enak
fact.
dong.
Montague
Terbohong
Dunn
ketahuan.
damaged the door of the
Harus
Colonial
jujur
Collection
mulu
room.
ketemu dia.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Keracunan, didobrak, itu apa? Kita ke otopsi, berarti kita ke coba cari lagi yang bisa dilihat. Oh,
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
dikelarin, kan kemarin belum selesai. Oh, ini menyasar ke taman
Dry
dulu.
tropics.
Oh, ini buat tumbuhan-tumbuhan kering ya.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Tumbuhan-tumbuhan kering. Tropical.
These
Oh, ini
flower pots are
guci-guci yang
beautiful.
pecah kayak gini
They are
modelnya ya.
intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Kew Gardens. Okay. Any pots are Where is this?
Dry tropics.
Ah, itu yang tadi di depan juga ada tulisannya. Ada. Nggak ada lagi. Kalau di taman
There is
keluar.
a smell of burning.
Oh, ada yang kebakar kan? What is this? Apa yang dibakar? Pot udah rusak. Oh, ini pot yang pecah.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Disabotage.
The remains of a picture frame.
Pictures.
The plants were set alight fairly recently.
Buhan.
Some have not completely burned.
Gas mix.
A protective mask.
Buat?
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Buat apa ini?
A
Gagang
door
pintu yang
handle.
rusak.
Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A broom handle was half burned.
Barang-barang yang rusak. Bakar isinya deh. Sengaja diumpetin, sengaja dibakar. Or what? Ini lewatnya gimana sih? Nah. Cek lagi yang bisa dicek. Ini mapnya.
Colonial collection. Farmhouse. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Nursery. Seed house. Ventilation system.
Oh, kita di sini.
Dry tropics. Water lily greenhouse. A map of Kew Gardens.
Kita di sini. Ini lebih luas dari
A
sebelumnya.
water tank.
Oke, water tank.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Buat ngisi air dari atas. Butuh mesin. Butuh mesin buat dikerakin ventilatornya ya. Nggak ada di sini berarti. Oh, tutup sendiri.
Locked.
Oke, ini dikunci. Ini ruang apa tadi? Ruang apa ini? Kan ini.
Seed house.
Oh, seed house. Ruang biji. Biji. Kacanya harus dilihat. Tumbuhan, pot, tumbuhan, dan tumbuhan. Dari
Locked.
belakang nggak bisa.
Seed house.
Banyak banget ruangannya.
Nursery. Locked.
Kunci juga. Oh, ini mapnya lagi.
Nursery. Seed house. A map of Kew Gardens. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Nggak usah dicek lagi, ini sama aja. Oke. Buat jalan lewat. Oke. Dari belakang sini bisa dibuka.
Nursery. Locked.
Dikunci juga. Mulai banyak nih yang harus diperhatiin.
Locked.
Office. Ini yang punya. Halo Miss Tarji.
Locked.
Oke, kita ngobrol sama dia. Mr. Martin.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Sakit jantung.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Oh, private. Kita cek. The copies, mikopik. Expensive clash. Collar. Atau yang bersihin. Belum nikah. Gardener hands, tangannya kotor.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Oke, kita cari-cari lagi. Ini ada benda-benda mencurigakan sekitar taman yang kita tidak tahu atau sebenarnya dibuang. Tidak ada. Oh,
Can I help you, gentlemen?
malam.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Tidak ada kata-kata lain. Makin pusing lah. Mata merah. Nggak pakai insto dia ternyata. Tangannya bersih, berarti nggak kerja di sini dong. Dia nggak urus taman deh, lebih tepatnya.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Dia orang yang bukan ngurus taman berarti. Administratif.
Farmhouse.
Jadi kita ke Palm. Wow. Agak menyeramkan. Sapu. Kok ada suara di sini? Suara apa? Oh, balik ke sini lagi.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Luas. Balik lagi ke sini ya. Berarti nggak ada clue lain kita di sini. Kita harus ngecek mayat ya berarti. Nggak ada lagi kan? Nggak ada pintu lagi. Ini nggak ada pintu, cuma jendela, jalan belakang, pohon-pohon, foto. Yang harus dicek nih ke arsip semua. Ini dulu berarti kita Baker Street. Sumpah, makin banyak harus dicek dong. Kita cek arsip-arsip data dari apa yang kita punya. Plan botany, stolen plan, injure, hermetica, multi artwork dan simbol nggak ada. Paper tahun tidak ada. Order bangkrut dozen. Collector, imigrasi, Victoria, helmet, trousers tool. Itu bukan. The English Art Club, Flying Lobster, Conformer, Bloody Sunday. Belum pusing. Ini ada Jack the Ripper nih. Entah masuk ke Jack the Ripper apa enggak nanti. Ada story-nya atau tidak. Street Scandal, Corporate Scandal di nggak ada. Stolen work, stolen. Gak ada. Encyclopedia. Economic, technology, history, medicine, botany.
That is not the one I need.
Ini dia. Tumbuhan-tumbuhan beracun deh.
Here
Okay.
it is.
Satu buku ketemu. Masih ada 2 buku lagi. Ini berarti masuknya ke simbol. Nih. Define Syndicate. Agitation Memory Syndicate was it driven the good game. The trip obtains spiritual peaceless.
Here it is.
Okay.
The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
Satu lagi simbol. Simbol garden supplies. Supplies landscape and ring.
Here
Okay.
it is.
Sekarang minta di TO. Tadi kemarin enggak. Kertas. Dapat surat. Lady Brackenstall. Oh, lady yang kemarin. Oke. Oh, bener kan? Akhirnya mereka menikah. Mereka menemukan cinta sejatinya. Gak boleh lah, gak apa-apa udah. Apalagi surat ini. Kalau soal skandal, oh ini berita-berita kemarin.
This is where I keep my post.
Oke, tidak ada lagi. Simbol plan sudah ketemu, berarti kita ke maaf nih Watson, betah amat ngeliat ini.
Someone should take Toby for a walk. Have you found something interesting?
Maaf yang lu teropong kan nyonya-nyonya di sana tuh. Ini betah amat ngeliat ini. Seleranya ternyata itu.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new
Bertahu
literary
aku.
agent.
Selera Watson ternyata itu.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent.
Oke, tidak ada lagi. Berarti kita ke kantor polisi. Scotland Yard. Kita cek mayat. Ya. Udah TO-nya di sono aja, jangan di sini. Demen ya seleranya Watson, mbak-mbak, ibu-ibu samping komplek.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Oke, di ruang otopsinya. Ntar apakah punya sesuatu di sini? Bingo.
This watch is of great value. A beautiful feather pen of a good make.
Foto. Club card.
A membership
Mr.
card for the
Montague.
London Crest Club.
Ada klub ya ternyata. Surat. To Mr. F. Wayne, Rector Wayne and Son. My friend, the poster for the quick exhibition. Oh, sambutan hangat. Oke, sekarang kita ke mayat ya. Watson, ditemenin dong.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Aduh, mukanya. Oh, ini
There is an
palanya.
injury to the
Bocor.
skull, most probably caused by the fall
Dari
of
jendela
the water
apartemen.
lily greenhouse.
Kejedot.
The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Oke.
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. No redness, stings, or bruises.
Oke.
Nothing suspicious here.
Oke, ciri menarik.
Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Oke, black. Kita black tubuhnya. Di black. Jangan tiba-tiba hidup ya, Pak. Liver.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
Tukang minum-minum.
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
Oke, livernya sehat. Apa ini? Lambung.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Oke. Paru-paru.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Wah,
The tissue on the inferior lobe
terpukul
of the
nih.
right lung is
Toksik
damaged,
racun.
most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Oh, tumbuhan beracun. Jantung.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Kayak mana-mana aja jantung.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
Paru-paru apa? Ususnya belum dicek.
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning, plant poisoning.
Bongkar pasang
more exact.
Lego kali.
You mean
Yes, it is
It's
murder.
murder.
we should inform
Ada
Mr.
tumbuhan
Stride?
beracun.
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Berarti kita harus
Murder
cari
of any
tumbuhan
kind
beracun.
appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No.
Nyari
We also
tumbuhan
have the people
beracun.
working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim.
Albert Todd.
And
Albert
also
Todd.
Miss White.
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson. It is time now to open the doors.
Oke, kita buka
Even
semua
those in the
pintunya.
staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about
Kita
Montague
gerbek
Dunn.
tempatnya.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
No.
More than a little.
Bird the legend. Oke, intinya dia mati keracunan. Bisa jadi pembunuhan atau memang dia tidak sengaja menghirup atau dia
What should we do next?
punya selera menghirup-hirup racun. Tidak ada yang tahu. Ada lagi nggak? Nggak ada ya. Oke, kita balik. Oke, guard. Kena racun dia. Paru-parunya beracun. Berarti dia menghirup racun yang agak banyak gitu kan ya. Kenapa paru-parunya jadi hijau? Oh, perjalanannya jauh sekali ya. Memang naik kereta kuda aja lama. Oke. ngobrol sama dia lagi dong. Wah, banyak sekali.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely
Mungkin
maintenance
tidak ada
work.
yang tahu kan,
Tidying up.
hobi macam-macam.
You're not sure then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Atau ketertarikan terhadap
As
racun.
deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Doing lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to
Oh.
put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Ah,
what
Terus
is your
minta kuncinya
opinion
di
of
akhir
Albert
aja.
as a student of botany?
itu
Useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
oh pantas tangan
Are
anaknya
you able
bersih
to
ya.
elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Mungkin dia bakal dapat skill kan,
You mentioned a Miss
Skill.
White. Would you
kebal
tell us
terhadap
more
semua
about her?
racun.
She is a student who
Ternyata
works here
gagal.
part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so
Malah pergi ke
naive.
isekai deh.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Little plants.
You tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly
Hello,
variety of
Jackson.
plant here?
You mean
Jadi
insectivorous?
viper.
Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Are you aware of the Divine
Mau cosplay jadi
Syndicate?
viper gagal,
Divine
malah
what?
mati.
Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Syndicate. Sekarang kita minta kunci.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you
Oh.
mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Berarti semua kunci ada di Albert. Albert. Miss White. Oh, salah
We
pencet.
noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Okay, Miss White.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Okay, relationship with your father.
I
Yeah, it's
imagine that
the
your relationship with your father
Besar.
may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Martin Hamish,
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Okay.
Tell me, have you ever
Okay.
heard of
Adakah
the
tidak
Divine
ketertarikan
Syndicate?
terhadap
No,
Mr.
I
Hamish?
cannot say that I have.
Dorky?
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
young
you.
man. We
Harvard Ambition? Nggak ada hubungannya. Gara-gara selalu bikin pusing kan. Ini ruang apa? Oke. Oh, apa ini? What is this?
There was a bottle here. It left behind a
Dia
trace
pusing.
of the
Enggak, ini nggak bakal
substance
pusing
that
ini. Nggak ada
pervaded the
tebak-tebakan
laboratory.
soalnya. Semua sudah tertera di sini
Not
semua.
dust. Good heavens. What's it
Cuma
doing?
luas.
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were... The
jatuhnya
bottle
sampai
is no
bawah.
longer
Oke.
here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Oke.
A
Photograph.
phonograph used for voice recording.
Oh, phonograph. Ini buat suara.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything.
Nah, baru diputar.
It seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants to respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Oke, study report. Rekaman zaman dulu begini modelnya ya.
Hamish's perception of plants. The notion
Menarik
of
sekali rekaman.
the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Berarti kurang phonograph.
This is a table
apa sih
for
phonograph?
experiments.
Apa-apalah tuh
It
namanya.
resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Oke. Phonograph benar. Oh, university book.
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
Bukunya Albert.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Banyak banget. Where is it? Oh, ada kostum yang hilang.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Ada kostum yang
Gloves,
dibakar itu ya.
waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Iya, kenapa harus pakai?
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with
Apa
toxic
jangan-jangan
chemicals.
bapaknya tuh pakai protek inian, cuma maskernya dibolongin kali. Makin dia menghirup racun lebih banyak kan.
The employee's cloakroom.
Kalau klub gak bisa kita buka ya.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It
Oh,
does
kita
not
dobrak.
matter. We will open it.
Kita dobrak tentunya. Saya lupa caranya. Oke. Ntar dong, kita harus cari. Ini. Sambungin ke sini. Ke sini. Terus. Nih. Nggak pas ternyata. Oh, bisa panjang pendekin. Oke, bener sambungannya bener ke sini. Berarti harus ada negatif. Nggak bener juga ke sini. Oh, oke. Ini harus dipasin berarti ya. Gini. Oke, betul.
Open.
Oke, ini yang dirahasiain.
Martin Hamish's locker. Father and I, Kew Gardens.
Oke.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Surat. Apakah aku baca?
Martin
Chemistry.
Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Terus ini punya Albert.
Albert's locker.
Ada surat.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Siapa cewek ini? Tidak tertarik kah kau, Holmes?
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A
Surat.
rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Dia gak diterima di kampus pelautan ya. Menarik. Miss White.
Miss White's locker. These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Cuma perhiasan.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Surat. Hutang lah ya. Ya, hutang.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Ntar, ada sesuatu gak?
Miss White's locker.
Gak ada, berarti udah itu doang. Kita keluar dulu, tutupin. Tidak ada yang aneh kan di sini, sepatu, jendela, gak ada, oke. Apa yang nyambung? Nggak ada yang nyambung. Kayak clue-nya banyak. H2, HC, COH, AOC, apa ini ramuan apa yang lagi dibuat? Nggak ada lagi keluar. Kayak ini office, oke. Berangkas. Aku benci berangkas. Champagne.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Itu doang. Surat lagi. Oh, super dapat surat. Margaret.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Simpan. Valentine. Oh, photograph.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Oke, itu doang. Ini juga foto, nggak usah dicek. Berangkas. Aduh, lebih ribet. Ngapain? Oh, dingin. Aduh, kodenya lagi. 2. Oke. Set salah lagi. 2. Aduh, salah lagi. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Salah, berarti itu 5 ya, oke. Nggak ada clue-nya, cuma gini doang. Tuh, tiap keangkat kita cuma harus nebak berapa yang harus dipindahin ininya. Tuh. Tuh, bener kan? Udah not clue ini. Yang harus nebak aja berapa ternyata 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Surat.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Rental. Surat semua utang ini, utang. Ternyata dia tukang utang. Oke, nggak ada lagi. Oke, baru 4 clue ya. Nggak ada lagi. Ini ya, nursery.
Lock.
Oke. Tumbuhan, laboratori. What is this? Diplomat.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's
Sebenarnya kemarin
degree
nggak
diploma.
susah.
It belongs to
Emang
Martin
kitanya
Hamish.
aja nggak emang Sherlocknya aja nggak baca kata-katanya.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Surat
A glasses
kacamata.
case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Office-nya Martin.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate
Certificate.
belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
Dikirain bawahnya di foto.
We can see the interior of the
Jendela.
Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Oh, langsung kelihatan dari sini ya.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Ini menarik. Apa yang bisa kita... Oh, banyak, Cok. Ini ngobrol. Ini cari arsip. Siap.
This is one of the outlets of the
Ventilator.
ventilation system.
Soleh Holmes. Ada lagi.
These
Oh.
young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Pertanyaannya di mana Miss White? Karena tadi aku nggak ngeliat Miss White di sini. Oh, what is this? Patung.
It is a bust of
Oh,
Montague
patungnya
Dunn.
dibuang.
I am curious if the marble
Oh, ini
that we
pecahannya.
found will fit this place. Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Kenapa di patungnya dibuang? Apa karena orang udah mati? Oh, masih gede. Ini terlalu besar.
The seeds of plant species
Oh my
are stored here.
Setrum. This shirt. Setrumnya juga nggak ada apa-apa yang bisa diselidiki. Kucing nggak ada, ini nggak ada apa-apa.
Locked.
Buka. Ini setrum lagi ya.
Open.
Ah, Miss White. Margaret White.
Good day to you, miss. You have some
Oh,
very
cakep.
beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are
What?
you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Ya, betul, Great
Yes, I am
Detective.
he.
Cuma kemarin lagi
What a
bodoh-bodohnya
pleasure to
saja
see you
tuh.
here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Oke, kita tanya-tanyain.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course.
Bisa aja
I
Watson,
quite forgot
cewek
about
cantik
that.
aja mau diinterogasin. Giliran cowok ya yang interogasi
it's
Holmes.
quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Cewek cakep aja diinterogasi.
Would you happen to know why part of the Colonial Collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Do you work here?
No.
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
Ibu di AC Black Flag. Tambah lagi sama Miss
How
White.
well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost
Enggak
as a
lah,
spiritual
masa nambah
father.
harem.
He had
Aku nggak
an
punya harem
exceptional
aku.
nature.
Oh, yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Pretty name.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Kenapa cuma dia yang dikasih kunci terus, Miss? Nyonya? Lehernya dakian? Oh, tangannya ruam. Oh, ruam merah begini kenapa ya? Belum menikah ini. Bisalah deketin lah.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Ada yang bohong berarti di sini ya. Oke. Kita cek semua. Apa ini?
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room.
Work desk. Laut, surat.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
Dia cuma ngasih tahu belum nikah. Nggak apa-apa dong berarti. Oh, ini sistem pertumbuhan. Tumbuhan apa masalahnya ini? Endosperm, Cotyledon, Caloptil, Epicolil, Hyptocolil. Ya, belajar IPA lagi gua di sini. Sumpah. Hari-hari suruh belajar IPA. Ada apa-apa. Buku, not here. Sheet kita pakai I. A, B, C. Oh, sesuai abjad. Iya, lemari zaman dulu sesuai abjad. Jadi kamu narik arsip gampang. Oke, nggak ada apa-apa lagi. Keluar. Pertanyaannya adalah, apa gunanya ventilator di sini? Apa bisa langsung kita gunain?
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Apa harus ada yang dibakar dalam ruangan? Akhirnya ventilatornya dinyalain. Oke, white. Ada 4 yang harus diomongin. Kita cari orang yang bisa aja ngobrol di sini.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Tar, bukan nama lu, minggir. Halo Neng, bukan Neng jendelanya Neng. Oke. Ngobrol sama dia lagi berarti kita. Ribet omongnya. Kew Garden, kenapa dia nggak punya Kew
Mr.
Garden?
Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Oh, Q bukan
Family?
K, salah baca.
No, I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Only one?
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together. that was
Oh,
all.
dia pembuat
And it
pertama
was all
berarti
my
sama
father's
bapaknya Dun.
work. For Dunn always lived the high life.
So
Bapaknya si
Mr.
Dun, si
Dunn was
Madun.
not helping your father.
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
The push.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
It is strange, because
Sorry,
I recovered
Kuma.
a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved
Bapak lu
it?
small.
I have no idea. Surely
Ruangan
Mr.
segede
Dunn
itu
requested
dibilang
it.
small.
Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently.
Ruangan segede
Thank
itu
you, Mr.
dibilang
Hamish.
small.
We shall-
Dasar. Tapi belum ada hubungannya sama racun nih masalahnya. Leher kaku. Berarti kita harus ngobrol lagi sama si Halbert. Karena dia katanya mau jadi pelaut tapi gak diterima. Ruangan segede itu dibilang
I
kecil.
perceive that you are
Nyebelin
passionate
amat.
about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No,
Enggak.
not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Tapi dia punya mana sih? Ini,
And yet I know that the Royal Naval
kan ditolak.
College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Oke, nambah lagi. Sumpah, dari ke-6 ini belum ada yang nyambung semua. Mungkin. Jadi tolak ya. Terus tinggal yang ini arsip. Apa hubungannya dari itu semua? Oh, udah ini ya, nggak usah lah. Arsip. Baker Street. Jadi dia nangis, antara habis nangis ditolak atau dia habis ya namanya tanaman kan ada efek ya mabuk gara-gara tanaman kan tidak tahu. Mabuk gara-gara tanaman kan tidak tahu kan kita. Mungkin dia mabuk sama tanaman. Darah korban kan dia matinya sendirian. Divine Syndicate 1889. Wah, berarti berita 1889 tuh ini ya.
Here it
Okay.
is. And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time
Dapat.
to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
Sumpah dia betah loh ngeliatin beginian loh.
Someone should take Toby for a walk. Have you found something interesting?
Betah loh ngeliat beginian loh. Betah loh ya. Ini betah banget ya anak artisan nih. Oke, Syndicate. Silahkan.
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us
Orang
find
Jepang.
someone who could help us.
Orang Jepang. Wah. Wow. Wow, interesting. Ah. Wow. Wow. Jepang-Jepang sekali. Oh, orang nggak sopan kayak gini nih. Datang-datang ngecek lonceng. Apa yang dicek sih? Oh, cicak kaki.
A fragment of a flower pot.
Belum ngobrol sama tuan rumah.
Fragments of a flower pot. It
Udah
fell down
ngecek sana
here.
sini.
The
Oh.
Kew Gardens symbol.
Interesting. Nah, sebelum bertemu tuan rumah, kita masuk rumahnya dulu.
Locked.
Oh, nggak bisa. Bunyi gong. Kayak bocah lagi main beduk. Udah capek. Baru kita ketemu tuan rumah. Halo, Mister Guru. Mister Guru.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sap. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcome you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic himself.
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in
Gurunya
the
Mas Jeki.
vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Mas Joko.
Listening to you, I am.
Gurunya Mas Joko ini yang di
We should
Cina.
like to take a look
Kan
around,
suka berantem.
to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate
Yang suka
of
berantem tuh Mas
vegetation
Joko,
veneration
bukan Mas Jeki.
and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic.
Dari Hongkong ini lama
true
banget ngobrolnya.
devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
Ready?
Green
Berantem nih.
Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
The God King. Trewan.
Our God King's name is Trewan, Green
Green
Grand
Grand.
Mystic.
Green Grand Mystic.
Good, I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom.
Maaf Pak, saya masih normal
Holy
nih.
donation can you make whenever you so
Saya masih normal nih.
Thank you so much.
Saya nggak suka
I pray
Bapak
you to
nih.
taste our fertilizer substance.
Jangan tiba-tiba
For the
Bapak bilang
burdens of
suka.
life, it helps
Kan
to free.
serem nih Pak.
But of course,
Raw sap, it is called. It is near the entrance.
Agak ngeri ya Bapak-Bapak ini ya.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Udah kayak Teletubbies kan.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our
Our
sacred
scat
place you
flesh.
permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
Oh, really now? There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens
Udah
a matter
kayak
of
Dutchman
days
kan.
ago. And we believe the pots we found
Sambil goyang-goyang
here
pala.
may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
Jangan-jangan
How
si
so?
guru ini
And
membunuh.
their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the
Tarik kulit.
exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses
Tato
and
naganya lucu
imbecility.
ya.
So we
Melet-melet.
went in and saved
Yang di leher tuh.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
Case.
We did not steal. We saved.
Well,
As a matter of fact, we
better
were unable
fact.
to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Oke, kita cek si guru ini. Tato. Kumis, mata, hidung, simbol, leher, daki-daki, nggak ada daki. Oke. Palm acid burn. Acid, ada racun berarti di sini.
Well, we will leave you to
Oke,
your
di sini
meditation.
punya racun ternyata. Oke. Ada nyambung gak salah satu? Satu nyambung deh. Syndicate Kilden. Oke, yang kedua Partial Thief. Enggak, berarti kurang. Karena masih banyak yang harus diajak ngobrol di sini. Kunci, oke. Tato Cindra. Open. Who are you? Cari-cari dulu, bisa dicari.
The list of plant friends and benefactors, lawyers, well-known manufacturers, political leaders.
Oke.
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic
Ah,
spoke
tapi
of.
saya ada drug table. Garam.
It is rather delicious and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
Coke. Oh. Langsung nyabu. Langsung nyobain kokain. Apa ini? Tumbuhan beracun kah? Bonsai? Oh, ulat.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
Ih, ulatnya lucu. Disimpan sama dia dong. Bisa dia nyimpan ulat. Ah, tumbuhan. Apa ini? Vena ya?
A tropical plant.
Vena
Nothing of
kaktus apa
interest.
sih namanya? Sana
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Raffesi Arnoldi. What is this? Sama.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical
Andenium
plant.
bonsai.
Nothing of
Oh,
interest.
bonsai. Opalotophus
A tropical
petalius.
plant. Nothing of interest.
Talisman
A tropical
gigantica.
plant. Nothing of
Oh, berarti ini
interest.
pohonnya gede nih. Karena ada kata-kata gigantica. Ah, ini tumbuhan beracun kan?
These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
Diambil. Langsung dimaling sama dia. Ini tumbuh-tumbuhannya langsung dimaling, poison. Mentang-mentang beracun kan. Ini yang dikandang-kandangin apa? Oh nggak ada, ini nggak bisa. Tutup lagi. Dah. Nggak ada lagi. Nggak ada lagi. Sekarang isi Pak, bentar ya.
This door is locked, but I can try to open it.
Oke, kita buka lagi. Oke. 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 Oh, ini nyambung. Oh. Ntar. Gini. Sip. Ini Holmes jagonya maling kayaknya nih. Ntar kita ngobrol. Oh, ini dewanya. Oke, tar aja. Apa ini?
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Wah, ini buat mabok ini nih. Buat mabok-mabokan sih nih.
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Berarti kita omongin bahwa si bapaknya itu
That would be enough to perform the
bisa
most difficult
apa?
of chemical
Nyium racun,
experiments.
ternyata emang bener. Obi dia di sini berarti.
A vast amount of opium.
Opium. Ada bisa dicek. Nggak harus ada yang diambil berarti dari situ. Oke, kita ajak ngobrol orang yang di sini sekarang.
You
Adep.
came to make a donation? Glory to Triwan!
Tidak jelas.
This must be Triwan, the Divine Syndicate's god.
Oke, nggak ada lagi. Apa lagi harus gua cek di sini? Ini nggak bisa. Tapi kenapa ada objek interesting? Kenapa ada objek interesting di sini? Karena
This
racun
cabinet
ya?
is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones
Oh.
we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Betul, tadi kita bawa ke sini. Oke, wait. Balik ke garden. Bener nih. Kerjaan bapaknya tuh ngeracun di sini. Terus overdosis, mati. Oke, tadi mana ruang? Sini ya, laboratorium. Ada lagi, berarti bukan di sini. Laboratorium. Cuma gelas, bukan. Oh, di nursery. tempat cewek-cewek tadi berarti. Racun. Where is racun? Oke. Bukan di sini ternyata. Oh shit.
Poor Mr. Montague Dunn. It is so awful.
Bukan juga di sini. Terus di mana dong? Oke, kita mulai pusing. Oke, kita mulai pusing. Oh. Mana racunnya? Apa harus kita bakar? Not. Where is? Oh, ini salah. Ini kunci yang tadi. Cuma logo doang. Kata kita suruh Q Garden apa yang harus dicek di sini?
Water lily greenhouse.
Apa harus dicek di sini? Ini ventilasinya. Ada hubungannya berarti namanya tadi. Anggap aja dibuka dulu. Terus kita keluar. Atau kita harus memasukkan sesuatu dari sini. Oke, mulai pusing.
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oke, tapi biasanya ada hubungannya dong. Kenapa ventilasi ini harus dibuka?
Just be careful with...
Kan biasanya ada hubungannya. Kenapa tuh ventilasi harus dibuka? Coba. Ini juga ada hubungannya sama ventilasi soal di sini. Dua tempat lu ngalangin aja. Dua tempat itu terhubung soalnya sama ventilasi yang di sini.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Berarti ada sesuatu di sini harus diselidiki. Soal ada hubungannya dengan ventilasi. Ini juga bukannya dinding doang. Ini juga ada ventilasi. Ventilasinya keluar ya. Nyambung ke sini.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room.
Ventilasi lagi keluar. Coba kalau kita hubungin ke sini ada nggak sesuatu yang bergerak?
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Kenapa dibilang sini harus interesting? Kenapa ada objek yang harus fit plans? Oke, mulai pusing. Terus kita juga kenapa harus bawa cacing? Cacing, ulet maksudnya. Ada kehubungannya ulet di sini sama tumbuhan di sini? Gak ada. Oke, I'm stuck. Coba kita balik ketemu bapak-bapak. Atau mulai pusing. Cuma ketemu satu kesimpulan. Tapi hubungan sama racun juga. Oh, keracunnya itu tidak terhubung dengan tumbuhan-tumbuhan.
Follow my path.
I don't care. Kemayat. Oke, ini mulai pusing. Dengan banyaknya informasi yang kita dapat, tempat yang banyak. Ada barang bukti tambahan, maybe. Not yet. Apakah ada hubungan sama mayat? Nggak ada. Nggak ada hubungan sama mayat juga.
Locked. Locked.
Apa harus aku cari di sini?
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
A very good day to you, my friend. Is Inspector Lestrade in?
I'm sorry, sir, but the inspector's absent at the moment.
Apa kita harus ganti kostum? Kalau nyimpen barang ventilasi nggak bisa, harus dilempar gitu dong. Kemungkinan ada gas di situ. Nah, gasnya ini berasal dari mana? Soalnya kan ada kipas angin kan nyedot kan, ketika muter tuh ventilasinya tuh. Gasnya keluar lewat situ, kayak dia keracunan. Sekarang dia malah tai chi. Oke. Ini ada kostum yang harus diganti. Kotak. Nggak ada lagi. Ini aja lah pakai topi. Kacamata nggak ngaruh. Nggak ada juga. Nggak ada juga. Gak usah pakai topi lah. Wardrobe. Bandit. Farmer. Gak ada. Gak ada apa-apa. Ada yang ngaruh, kayak pas apa tuh yang angkatan laut, kita harus nyamar pakai kostum angkatan laut.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Enggak, topi detektif nggak ngaruh apa-apa. Biar dulu dah, mau sholat dulu. Biar mikirnya lebih tenang. Apa? BRB ya. Jadi, nah, nggak tahu tuh apa tuh. Oke, kita harus keliling daerah sini. Daerah tempat yang kita tidak tahu. Bunga ini lonceng harus dipukul. Jejak. Apa membunyikan gong ini ada ngaruhnya? Kong, bangun kong. Ada juga. Ada drugs di sini ya.
Praise the grand tree. Praise it.
Nggak ada lagi kan di sini ya. Supaya ini sekarang udah mulai pusing. Tumbuhan ini nggak ada ngaruhnya, ini juga nggak ada apa-apa yang bisa dicari. Kenapa ini jadi objek interesting?
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Udah.
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Aduh.
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
Ada hubungannya sama Albert berarti. Soal tulisannya Albert Ambition. Ruangannya Albert.
You came to make a donation.
Bodoh ah, donation. Mungkin ke Albertnya.
Follow my path, and better you will fear. Follow my path, and better you will fear.
This green, grand, mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. We should search every inch of this place.
Tuh, kan Watson aja pengen ngasih tahu, suruh nyari sampai ke inci-inci. Apa inci-incinya yang dicari? Pohon, sungai, batu, tanaman, tumpukan, apa yang bisa dicari? Kursi. Ada tempat mencurigakan yang berarti kan? Terus ini apa hubungannya pohon racun nama ini? Bingungnya kita nggak bisa duduk apa? Masuk batu. Ya follow my path. Ikutin itunya. Karpet. Buat meditasi. Terakhir. Apa kita ini cobain terus?
This is rather delicious.
My word, Holmes.
Lagi. Lagi. Wah, mabok.
This green, grand, mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. We should search every inch of this place.
Gak ada yang bisa dicari lagi. Oh, apa hubungannya sama ulat-ulat? Nggak ada juga ya.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Connector. Oh, interesting. Dan Holmes emang suka gitu katanya. Not yet. Cuma kayak turun. Oke. Ini mulai memusingkan. Ini nggak bisa ditutup kah? Oh. Kita naik ke atas.
This green ground.
Apa yang di atas? Jangan-jangan ada di atas sesuatu ini. Gak ada.
This must be Triwan, the Divine Syndicate's god.
Ini tempat pengobatan berkedok ini nih.
These instruments are used for smoking opium. A vast amount of opium.
Botol ini. Botol ini. Apa botol yang mana? Yang ini nggak bisa. Kan katanya dia sama kayak di ini. Opium. Gak ada yang bisa dicek lagi tuh. Biasanya ventilasi kan. Berarti ada hubungannya ventilasi kan. Ini mapnya terlalu besar. Nggak ada. Dia katanya sama kayak di New Yard. Apa sih New Q apa sih, tau lah itu. QQ lah itu. Jadi kalau nggak ada lagi kita harus lidikin semua tempat di Q Garden. Nggak ada lagi. Jadi ke Q Garden. Ini harus kita telusuri di semua tanaman. Ada pohon tropik juga kan. Mulai pusing. Mulai penat kepala ya.
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
Tali.
Excuse me, but
Kita cek setiap inci di sini. Atas bawah kita cek. Tidak ada apa-apa. Pompa air tidak ada. Not here. Pojokan nggak ada.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Nggak ada. Tumbuhan, buku, sama air. Oke.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Ini tuh apa hubungannya? Keran. Mas White. Emas.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Masalah dari barang yang kita dapat juga nggak ada clue apa-apa, nggak ada logo, tanda seru, tanda obrolan atau apa.
The plants were here, all of them.
Tumbuhannya curi katanya kan di sini. Dari 6 ada 6 tumbuhan yang dicuri.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Mungkin di sini. Ini mulai pusing ya. Di laboratorium juga nggak ada apa-apa, ada lemari yang tertutup di sini masalahnya nih. Nggak mungkin sih Dikat yang ngebunuh kalau kuenya masih banyak.
Miss White's locker.
Ini mulai pusing. Apa ini? Nggak ada.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oke, mulai pusing. Aku pusing. Ini apa yang ditutup? Cermin. Sempeng. Cerobong. Foto. Lemari. Fotograf.
We can see the interior of the colonial collection room from this window.
Ini bisa dinyalain nggak bisa. Tombol lampu berarti itu. Sertifikat foto dan lain-lain.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Ini kayak clue terlama nih, nggak ada clue apa-apa yang bisa gue cari.
Kew Gardens is such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree? Kew Gardens is such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree?
Aduh, ini apa harus gue cari? Baker Street, tar. Kita cek dulu. Baker Street apa yang mau dicet?
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Penyanyi ngebak. Ventilasi tidak ada. Ini Baker Street. Apa musik? Udah berapa jam? 2 jam. Udah lebih dari 30 menit lebih. Gak tahu mau ngapain. Nih, ini di Baker Street.
This is where I keep my post.
Kamarnya Watson. Gak ada apa-apa. Map. Toby, oh iya
Come on,
Toby.
Toby. We have some
Astagfirullahaladzim.
work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
Lupa penciuman ya. Oh my god.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent.
Kenapa nggak ajak Toby buat ngecek ininya?
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
Lupa aku kalau punya anjing di sini.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent.
Coba ada hubungannya nggak Toby
A
di
map
sini?
of London and the surrounding.
Mungkin Toby bisa mencari sesuatu di luar. Karena ada bau kan.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Sebelah kiri ini. Ini nggak
My
bisa.
analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Sarang lebah. Nggak bisa. Sebelah teropong yang ini.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were
What should we...
Nggak bisa juga ngobrol sama siapa tuh penjaganya. Mungkin teleskop ada pengamatan. Ya, pengamatan ibu-ibu. Coba. Bisa nggak Tobinya dibawa ke Keycard? Oh bener dibawa kan? Itu kan. Kita harus bawa Toby ternyata. Ternyata nge-stuck gara-gara kita tidak membawa Toby. Maaf Toby, aku melupakanmu. Aku Aku lupa di saat tidak ada hubungan apa-apa, biasa Toby itu selalu jadi jalan satu-satunya.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance.
Oke, Toby.
Search,
Run.
Toby. Search.
Search. Nih, setelah ada cairan yang berhubungan sama ambisinya si Robert siapa nama anak? Albert. Oh, tamannya soalnya gede. Ternyata bener sesuatu yang disembunyikan di taman besar ini.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
Ini dia botol yang
This is the
hilang.
bottle that was used in the laboratory. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes, a tiny caterpillar. Not
Pintar
surprising
Noah.
to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of...
Baru kita di ini pintar Noah. Sumpah. Kita pulang Toby. Udah. Memang nama terbaik deh. Baru kita bawa ke sini kan.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis.
Ya maaf. Oke.
This is the bottle that we found hidden at Kew Gardens. Let us use a pipette to take a sample of the liquid and fill a test tube.
Pantesan dia nge-cheat.
A colorless, water-based liquid.
Oke.
Quite a strong floral aroma.
Aku lupa.
Holmes?
Diminum
What
sama
are you
di.
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that?
Aku lupa.
Anyway,
Biasanya
there is
kalau
a doctor
tumbuhan-tumbuhan
nearby.
selalu berbau.
So, what do you think it is?
It is some kind of
Pasti ada barang-barang yang
organic compound.
disembunyikan.
Let us vaporize
Lupa kalau kita punya
it and
Toby.
see what happens.
Oke, satu lagi apa ini? Gas burner, mau dibakar. Uap. Reaksi. Jadi keras.
Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle,
Efek
please?
jarang sekali
course.
menggunakan Toby.
Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a pipette and make several drops of the reagent.
Oh, jadi merah.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Akhirnya ketemu lagi. Set up eksperimen.
According to the deadly
Sekarang baru
plants
sama tanaman
information, in order to
beracun.
perform our
Akhirnya,
experiment,
finally.
we will need fertilizer and food. Caterpillars should do nicely.
Goodbye, Toby, goodbye.
According to the deadly plants information, in order to perform our experiment, we will need fertilizer and food. Caterpillars should do nicely.
Oke, kita harus nyari food.
This
Pesan makan, Gi.
green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious.
Pesan makan
Holmes.
sana, Gi.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oh dear, Toby.
Oke,
I wasn't
Toby, kita
aware
jalan
that you
lagi.
were Watson's new literary ape.
Kita jalan lagi, Toby, ke Divine Syndicate. Oh, kita nggak bawa Toby. Apa jangan-jangan masih ada di ini? Kayak bukan Divine deh yang harus kita datangin ya. Bukan, karena kita nggak bawa Toby. Bentar. Kurang apa? Kita butuh makanan katanya ya. Ini ada yang jual makanan. Minggir. Bingo.
This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. Perfect, Watson.
Saatnya
We can
traktir
begin
Toby.
our experiment.
Oke. Baru kita balik ke sini. Finally. Tenang, Toby. Ntar ku beliin daging sapi A5. A-nya 6 juga kalau perlu
I
nggak apa-apa.
imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Di swab. Oh, bisa ditukar.
No reaction.
Oh.
My word.
Itu
It
apa?
shot a spike at me after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagined that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack.
Oh, mengkuncup dia. Ih, lucu.
It appears to have fallen inactive after being disturbed.
Oke.
No reaction.
Udah nggak ada lagi. Dikasih diulet. Oh. Oke, nggak jadi. Salah. Taruhnya pun ke situ berarti. Sini.
This is a strange and unusual plant. A prickly plant. A carnivorous plant.
Kalau lu taruh sini, caplok lagi. Oh, nembak. Kalau
This
terus ini,
plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars.
kalau langsung taruh sini, langsung dimakan.
I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating.
Interesting. Liquid.
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Dicampurin alkohol begitu deh. Langsung nutup dia mengkuncup.
This plant
Oh,
becomes
kempis.
inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Oh, mengkuncup kayak biasa.
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Oke. Terus ke Kita taruh di sini.
This plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars.
Nggak ada lagi. Disuntik, tusuk. Oh, ngeluarin
It
racun.
closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent
Tapi dicampurin
whilst
alkohol,
it is opened,
ditusuk,
it will
keluar
reveal a
racun.
little more. My word.
Nggak ada lagi. Terus apa ini? Di swab. Ini sama ini. Terus campur ginian.
I find the behavior of
Enggak, itu
predators.
nggak ada hubungannya. Campur alkohol. Kau buka. Campur ginian sama alkohol.
It,
Oh, dia nggak ke... Oh, bergerak.
it closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps
Kalau yang di sini, taruh ini di sini. Oh, dia marahnya di kanan ya. Wow, aktif sekali, Bun.
this plant, it appears to open. This plant,
Mungkin gini. Taruh di sini. Makan, nembak. Oh, nggak kena ini ya. Lebih lama.
toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Keracunan nyebar satu ruangan tuh.
The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Oke, ke Kew Garden. Sekarang udah jelas berarti ya. Nggak ada hubungannya, lemas jauh hubungannya. Masih ada, berarti ada hubungan di sini. Oke. Buka tusuk tanaman. Udah tadi. Jadi ada 3 reaksi tadi berarti. Karena dia sebelahan. Kalau tanaman yang dikasih duri, yang berduri. Enggak dong, enggak ada gosok-gosok di sini. Yang berduri dikasih apa? Dikasih ulet dimakan sama si Vena, atau yang nembak kena racun yang itu nyebarnya lebih jauh berarti ya. Kayaknya nggak sengaja, atau emang reaksinya harus 3 kali. 3 kali disiram alkohol terus dia baru I don't know. Kita ngobrol lagi, Bapak.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly, I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Hamish.
got
We
Mr.
shall continue our investigation.
Hey Albert. Iya kayaknya itu ya. Tapi harus disiram alkohol dong. Tadi kan disiram alkohol baru kebuka.
Your
Dia kan
father's
reaksinya
death
kalau
does
disiram
seem
alkohol baru
highly
terbuka.
suspicious.
Yang buah-buahannya
What were
keluar
your
racun tuh.
movements here on that day?
Suspicious. Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your
Ya,
father
dah.
that day?
Bahasa Latinnya nggak usah dipikirin dah.
He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit.
Gue juga pusing
There's
bahasa
nothing
Latin.
unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps...
Katanya 9.30 dia sama Mr. Hatim. Siapa
And about 10 minutes later, I
Hatim
saw
di
my
luar lah.
father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
Nah, Mr. Hamish.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man.
Kayaknya
We shall see
matanya
you
merah.
again soon.
Gara-gara habis nyimeng dah bahasanya ya. Ya pokoknya bahasa Latin tuh tak usah lah, udah pusing aku bahasa Latin tuh. Hello Miss White. Margaret White.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to
Berarti
be
dia
at
orang
9,
pertama
but
yang ketemu
he was 10
Mr.
minutes
Dunn.
late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work
Masalahnya
once when
ada
Mr.
satu
Hamish
thesis
visited
yang
me briefly
hilang
around
gitu
10
kan.
o'clock.
Yang fonograf punya
You
dia
say
katanya
you
hilang.
were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, miss.
Okay. Sometimes later.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Okay. Escaping room. Bentar. Dari sini berarti yang benar. Oh kan, reaksi tanaman. Terus patungnya jatuh kan. Dak, jatuh. Dia jalan ke sini, buka pintu, jatuh. Neum, dak jatuh, dia jalan, pusing gara-gara racun. Pintunya nggak usah dibuka, akhirnya dia dobrak. Sambil sempoyongan, buka pintu, jatuhin barang, pingsan, mati. Bukan
When
pingsan sih,
Montague Dunn was
mati.
standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died, not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
Akhirnya ventilasinya dipakai. Lu nyusahin lu.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Oke, gue berarti harus nyari ventilasinya ya, di sini ya. Hubungannya kemana? Ini kan selalu deterjen gitu ya kan. Berarti kan ngilangin bau. Finally. Where is ventilasi? Hello. Mana ventilasinya kemana? Sini. Tuh ada tuas.
We can see the interior of the...
Oke. Ventilasi lagi. Keluar. Sini. Luas. Kok hilang?
The power is on. The engine cannot be started whilst the transmission is active. The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
Balik lagi ke tempatnya sini. Lewat sini aja lah.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
Ntar ada telepon. Ngapain kita katanya?
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and
harus
Albert's
nyalain.
space.
Oke, harus nyalain. Kita keluar lagi berarti. Usahain muter-muter, cow. Minggir. Orang-orang pada hilang jadi. Yang pertama ya.
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Kan. Nengger, satu lagi di nursery edit.
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
Okay, aduh, usahain.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these
Cacingnya keluar semua tuh.
Perfect. Now we know
Berarti emang
how
ada
the
cacing di
murder of Montague
atas.
Dunn was carried out by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Finally, akhirnya. Akhirnya semua clue-nya kepake. Ntar ini lo. Siapa yang ngebunuh? Hamish is guilty. Arrest Marty, Hamish affect arrest Marty. Sumpah gue harus nyari si Hamish lagi.
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
Saatnya kita berdiskusi. Kita interogasi satu-satu akhirnya. Setelah 2,5 jam, akhirnya menemukan titik terang. Sini loh, bikin gua pusing. Gak bodoh. Kolok. Oh, yang di sini.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it.
Bapak lu nuit-nuit lu nggak ngapa-ngapain.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
Kerjaan yang nggak ngapa-ngapain udah. I know it. Lester tuh gak punya kerjaan apa-apa. Hanya menunggu Holmes kerja. Baru dia dapat kasusnya. Dia dapat penghargaan Lester. Songong kan? Gak kebayang kalau ini urusan Jack the Ripper bakal sepanjang apa. Ternyata kasusnya cuma pembunuhan di taman doang ya, bukan di London.
Inspector,
Full
I
London.
came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Di mana sih Hamish? Harmish, apa lo nama lu lah? Tadi mana sih namanya? Di mana letaknya gue lupa. Kerja apa lu? Nyari, bantuin. Di mana dia katanya? Gue harus nyari nih satu-satu nih. Gak ada. Gak ada. Si Hamis itu di mana? Iya, kelamaan di Toby. Gak ada. Gue ngeri buka-buka pintu deh. Nah, Watson ngikutin kan. Gak ada apa-apa. Gak ada siapa-siapa pertanyaan. Ming. Lewat. Gue harus nyari di mana pertanyaannya. Nursery kosong. Where? Where is? Lah di mana dia? Ngilang. Sumpah ngilang, gue udah muter cari tempat. Oh tuh dia. Bunuh diri dong.
Holmes, my
Wah,
God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish.
gue capek-capek muter dia bunuh diri di sini.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
Capek-capek nyari dia mati di sini.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Kita kelanjutan di sini ya. Mayatnya di mana berarti? Mayatnya di kantor polisi. Minggir. Oh ini mayatnya di bawah. Kira ini kabur ke kantor polisi.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot.
Lah, sepatunya
Bravo,
khusus.
Watson. That is the key element of this case.
Baru sadar sepatunya khusus. Tangan, telinga. Apa harus dicek? Surat. Life has become living hell. I finally understood. You deserve to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood pump upon my head. I find expectation. Bunuh diri. Beneran udah kabur penjahat ya. Lestrade, polis Lestrade. Oke, Bapak Lestrade. Lester.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Bener.
Why do you say that, Mr.
Udah
Holmes?
kabur pelakunya ke alam sana.
Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have
Berarti
noticed.
Albert ini.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred
Albert
to me,
ini
Mr. Holmes.
pelakunya.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper
Oh my
case.
god. Jangan nambah kasus lagi.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Sumpah, nambah kasus
Let
Jack
us
the Ripper gak
analyze the facts
kelar-kelar.
and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Albert Mountain, dia ketemu awal-awal. Sini dong. Terus TPK room tadi katanya kapan dia? Martin Hamish wanted to when to meet Albert in the seat house around past. It was around 20 minutes to 10. Hamish, where is Hamish? No. Ya. Berarti dia di awal ini ketemu di sini. Backyard. Benar. After 10 minutes, we recommend Mr. Hamish and Monsters Dune when meet Albert in the seat at around half part-time. Part-time di awal, dia kesini. Nggak kesini. Satu tempat. Nah ini males nih. Ini males nih. Nyesuaiin jadwal. Oh bisa tumbang. Oh. Oh mapnya gitu. Oke, ini menarik nih, menarik. Berarti ini ada yang salah nih ya. Baru bener di sini doang. Dia mati di akhir pokoknya kan. Terus return the seat. Sal ngobrol sini and there, right? Oh nggak berhenti di situ, berarti ada yang salah. Shit, where is shit? Ini dulu berarti dong. Stalking. Apa yang salah di sini? Dia bareng Mr. Hamish. Timeline agak memusingkan ya. Oh enggak salah. Ini salah nih bawahnya nih. Yang bawahnya salah. Meet Albert. Apa yang benar? Gue udah malas baca bahasa Inggrisnya. Cip aja lah. Help me return the seat. Task. Martin Hamill is convert means white. And at 10 o'clock. 10 minutes after 10 minutes recommend bright tropic Hamill return the seat house. Miss Watt was the laboratory 10:40. 10:40 greenhouse. Join the team there 10:40. Hamish ran Albert to south of St. Mounted Dune on wall which around 10:30. Run 10:30. And Albert sit us at the morning after Hamish returned for visiting 10 minutes past 10. Ah no. Sini dong. Oh salah. Bener gini berarti. Cuma gue nggak tahu depan yang mana. Salah lagi. Gini. What the hell? Guys, bantuin guys. Kok nggak bisa bahasa Inggris gini nih? Ini yang pertama. Untuk backyard. Let's return to gini. Mereka bertiga bertemu. Capek banget tebak-tebak beginian. Oke, ada yang kosong di sini. Lihat. Oh. Sini dong berarti. Kan dia jalan ya. Segala reka ulang adegan tuh. Oh enggak, sorry. Dia dry tropic berarti jam 10-an. Ini dong. Stuck here lagi. Kenapa ada yang nge-stuck di sini sih? Ini apa di sini berarti? Returning kan? Ini Miss White. Terus si ini melihat si ini. Pasten kan? Sumpah ada reka adegan. Oh kan. Oh, Pasten. Kita ngobrol di sini berarti ini matinya di 10.30. Kan? yang bikin males. Oke. Bentar. Sing dia mati ya. Kenapa di sini kepotong? Etis. Udah pusing. Oke. Capek. Mati, ketemuan. Selesai.
Let us summarize.
Ada yang
Montague
ganjel.
Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Gak ada hubungannya. Terus timeline yang ini apa? Terus timeline yang ini mana lagi, matikan cluenya. Terus timeline yang ini ada pencuri nih. Ya nggak aroma temen yang ini, nggak ada. Cuma 3 conclusion ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh cuma 3. Udah kah? Kita harus nyari siapa yang ngebunuh si Hamish. Sahin segala ada pembunuhan di dalam pembunuhan sih. Masalahnya orang-orang pada kemana? Hei anak muda. Oh iya kita 322 ya. 320 harus 320.
Here it is.
Udah.
Cylinder Records.
Oke, kita dengerin.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
What should we do?
Aku harus ngapain? What happened to me? Fotograf udah nggak ada. Ada yang kurang, ada yang mengganjal di sini.
We can see the...
I don't care. Apa yang kurang di sini? Hey. Dia kesini kan? Ketemu si siapa? Albert. Terus jalan sini. Apa yang kurang di sini? Kok ada yang mengganjal tapi apa? Gak ada bukti apa-apa. Boleh mati lagi apa di sini? Masa nggak mungkin semudah tinggal, bukan semudah sih, udah lama 3 jam hampir. Masih yang tadi. Sekarang bagaimana caranya si Hamish mati? Bagaimana si Hamish bisa gelayutan di situ tiba-tiba?
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what...
Coba kita ke... Kenapa si Hamish bisa gantung diri? Nggak mungkin kasusnya semudah itu kan. Hitungannya bukan nggak mungkin tiba-tiba pembunuhan sidam apalah itu namanya diselesaikan dengan kematian si Hamish biar kasusnya ditutup. Padahal takutnya belum tentu si Hamish. Ada orang nggak sih di sini? Ada peralatan?
Locked.
Nggak ada.
Locked.
Ada interogasi. Jangan dulu, jangan. Biar rasa penasaranku hilang. Mungkin ada sesuatu yang mengganjal. Nggak ada apa-apa lagi berarti ya. Lu masih aja di sini.
Osmosis and
Nggak ada apa-apa lagi berarti ya. kayak ada yang ganjel gitu, tapi apa? Oh ini nggak ada hubungannya malah. Ya, ini nggak ada hubungannya. Berarti Mr. Wet gak ada hubungannya sama itu. Cuma 3 clue ya. Kalau kesini cuma ada 3 doang ya. Sindikat yang ngebunuh atau itu doang ya. Apa ada lagi sebenarnya? Tinggal 3 orang lagi nih. Berarti 1 kasus lagi. Mister.
Follow my path, and better
Follow my
you will
path.
fear.
Apa yang di follow?
This green grand
Apa yang di follow? Give me a clue. Come on, give me a clue. In here, the gardens. Suruh ngikutin ke situ lagi. Oke, bentar. Nah, sebentar. Alah, berarti dong. Balik lagi. Follow my path. Crime and punishment. Sumpah 3 jam. Belum nyampe. Perjalanannya jauh. Apa ada sesuatu kah?
Follow my path, and better you will. Follow my path, and better you will fear.
Ini kemana? Noah, ini kemana Noah? Ini harus kemana? In the gong, not here. Kenapa ada sesuatu yang mengganjal? Kenapa orang-orang pada menghilang? Where? Cita-cita bapak cita. Apa cita? Otakku udah mumet ini. Apa cita? Give me some clue. Give me some clue. Come on. What? Come on, what? Udah 3 jam. What? Cepat. Ya. Oh, masih dilihat. Sudah 3 jam lamanya. Kayak sesuatu yang mengganjal. Apa semua deduction sudah ketebak semua? Emang cuma 3 clue. Pembunuhnya Albert ini, ya kan?
Oh dear.
I must admit.
Pembunuhnya udah Albert ini. Coba gimana kita bisa tahu kalau itu Albert? Di Key Garden orangnya pada hilang-hilangan. Oh, Nana lagi nontonin semua videonya nih.
I must admit, it would be rather unusual to use a
Pistol.
Locked.
Foto-foto kecil. Foto-foto kecil yang di mana? Foto-foto kecil. Foto yang di sini. Foto-foto kecil yang di mana? Ini udah hampir ending soalnya. Foto-foto kecil. Coba jelasin kenapa foto-foto kecil.
Mr.
Foto-foto kecil yang di sini. Nih.
A photograph.
Oh, udah, itu udah. Oh, yang timeline udah. Timeline udah. Udah, itu udah. Terus apa lagi? Kan timeline waktu kayak nentuin siapa isi ini, terus beda perselisihan 10 menit dan 20 menit. Apa habis itu udah selesai, tinggal conclusion doang? Kayaknya sih udahan. Habis itu apa? Udah nggak ada lagi. Langsung ngasih tahu kasus. Charger HP. Habis nyambungin timeline, selesai. Nih kok nge-cheat juga nih lah paman nih. Apa sih judul ininya? Kok buka Discord? Yang ini. What is uncomfortable teman? Nah, terus. 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 Condom, terus. Oh, ada lagi di sini. Ada bunga. Oh, udah 4 nih. Jadi ini jawabannya. Jadi ini permasalahannya. Ini dia kasus terakhir yang mengganjal. Jadi ini. Ternyata tadi pikiranku mengganjal, ternyata ini. Berarti dari kesimpulannya tuh 20 menit yang dipakai Miss White itu dia buat nyampe ke Sidum, siapalah itu. Terus dia ngebunuh Martin Hamis biar kasusnya selesai, biar dia nggak diburu. Gitu. Oke. Dan finally. Kira ada yang kurang.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope
Kalau
has
bukan
tightened
gara-gara
around Martin
Toby.
Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of
Ada
her
beberapa
implication.
clue yang
After the
membingungkan.
suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right, you can count on me, Holmes.
Thank you atas cheatnya di detik-detik terakhir.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
Sumpah berantem sama cewek.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Jangan minum racun deh. Biar gue nggak pusing.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further.
Jangan
Don't try to
mati.
stop me.
Biar kasusnya kelar. Jadi gue nggak usah mikirin lagi.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Telat mati. Watson tolong. Watson
This is
tolong.
tragic, Holmes.
Bukannya
Are you able
ditangkap.
to do anything?
I'm afraid not. The poison has been fulgurating. Her heart stopped instantly, poor child.
What are you doing, Watson? Ya, replay. Kasihan anak orang mati, nggak mau ulang. Kasusnya udah capek-capek gue selesain, malah dibiarin sama Watson. Padahal kita yang main. Lu olang-olang pinter, Watson. Bentar. Ya. Nah, kita harus selamatin si Mr. White dulu tuh. Kasian kan? Mana belum nikah lagi kan?
But Holmes,
Skip. Apa yang terjadi kalau kita selamatin dia?
Mr.
Skip. Ya,
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
cepet.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Cepet, Watson. Nice. Ya. Selamat.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your
Ya,
own
30 menit awal, sejam awal itu, Fanny.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
Oh, udah gitu doang. Oke, yay. Yay. Yay, Justice Seeker. Yay. Hooray. Yay. Hooray. Satu kasus lagi berarti ya. Apa satu kasus lagi di sini? Half. Oh my god, Jack the Ripper. Oh my god. Ini kan Jack the Ripper.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
Kenapa endingnya harus half moonwalk? Ya kan tadi ya kasus saya. The last case. Half a moonwalk. Ini kasus terbesar di London. 1988 tadi ya, Jack the Ripper ya. Yang emang sampai saat ini katanya belum selesai. Ini kasus yang bakal sangat panjang mungkin. And there. Ya, segitu aja. Itu kasus yang bakal panjang banget soalnya. Half moonwalk. Oh my god. Kenapa harus kasus itu yang terakhir? Udahlah, kita sisain buat besok-besok. Sekali lagi thank you buat yang udah mampir, Noah, Akuma. Tadi Kyoksu cuma nge-like doang. Thank you dan Zero yang minta gosok-gosok. Thank you udah bantuin nemenin stres-stres kali ini. Dengan last kasus yang terbesar, Sherlock Holmes. 3 hari ke depan kayaknya nggak live, cuma minggu nggak tahu. Ada acara Jumat, Sabtu, Minggu. Kemungkinan pulangnya Minggu kan. Jadi nggak live buat 3 hari itu, istirahat. Seninnya insya Allah live lagi. Mau mainin apaan nggak tahu nih. Di Steam juga kemarin kan habis nyobain apa Naraka, cuma 2 jam, ternyata gameplaynya tidak sesuai dengan diriku. Akhirnya aku refund, duitnya sudah balik. Kayak belum tahu mainin game apaan, story or NNeo. Mungkin kalau dia mau kasih saran bisa kasih tahu, bang main ginian tapi jangan game horror ya. Aku tidak akan mainin game itu. Ya mungkin segitu aja. Thank you juga. Kasih atas 9 like-nya, 9 apa 10 sih, I don't know. 10 like kayaknya. Sekali lagi thank you. Sampai jumpa di streaming pusing yang lain ya. Bye bye.